on his right foot. Burns! The Pittsburgh Kid gives Pittsburgh the lead in the Eastern Conference Final.
That's a Riverhounds winner!
Welcome to Offset. Larry and the Big Man, Larry Richert, with two-time Stanley Cup champion Jay Caufield. And this is a special edition as we get ready for championship soccer for the city of Pittsburgh with the Riverhounds. First, I want to thank One Team Media, Brian Hess, and his team, Mark Huntington, Ryan Jorgen, and Logan Douglas, along with our team at Odyssey, and that's Michael Spatropoli.
And also Rourke Automotive, Dave Rourke. They've been a part, our title sponsor for a couple of months right now, and also Tom Grillish with Henderson Brothers. Can't thank you both enough. Really appreciate you being a part of it.
And a special, special guest. You know, while we're dealing with all the things that were going on with college football, pro football, hockey, even the Cy Young winner last week with Paul Skeens, a special guest in an interesting way that Jay met this individual.
Yeah, I got to go. So Tuffy, we go way back. So Alicia and I, we got our season tickets for the Steelers, and we're in the club section. I think it was like 237 was our club seats. Great spot. And then in front of us, so, you know, you're hoping to have like a little space, but nah, there's four people in front of us, and we're like, okay. But the guy turns around, says hi, and then we meet him. And from there on, it happened to be Tuffy Shallenberger, who was probably the nicest guy you could ever want to have sit in front of you at a Steeler game. And Tuffy, from that moment on, I think that's got to be what? How long has Heinz Field been, or now Acrisure? How long has it been around?
So over 2 decades.
Right? So Tuffy, we go back that far. Sat in front of us.
Time flies. Time flies, damn it.
It certainly does. And here's our guy. So we're so happy for you, Tuffy, with everything that's going on.
So when you met Tuffy, he was the president of Shallenberger Construction, but he wasn't yet the big man and owner of the Riverhounds, right?
Right. Yeah, that ended up getting ownership in 2014 of the Riverhounds, and it's you know, it's been a lot of challenging times, but we're starting to, you know, we got the right team in place in front office and actually on the field here. So things have progressed in the right direction here.
You know, Tuffy, with the USL, and well, first of all, what drove you to want to be an owner of a soccer team in the city of Pittsburgh? What was your driving force for that?
Well, my sons play soccer. At that point, it was my older son played soccer, and you know, it was one of them deals where he come to me one day and said that he wanted to go to an academy in Pittsburgh and train, and I said, well, you know, give me some details. I didn't know anything about it, and he said, well, it's the Riverhounds. It's the pro soccer team in Pittsburgh, and they have a training facility. They train kids, and like, what are you talking about? A pro team in soccer? Is soccer Pittsburghers? No soccer in Pittsburgh. But so got he ended up joining, and we would go to the training, and it was really a unique situation. The way they handled it back in those days, that the pro players, they trained the kids on their, you know, while they weren't training, they would train the kids. And I thought, well, it's a really neat concept. And then it went, I approached them. I said, hey, listen, if there's ever any, you know, opportunity to get involved, I said, I really like the model. You know, we're really busy in the oil and gas industry at that point. And then so started investing in, long story short, ended up owning the team.
And you also
just casually.
Yeah, I mean,
Tuffy, unassuming. Tuffy's the most unassuming person I probably know. That's what he is. unassuming.
Yeah, I just ended up buying the team. You liked it so much. That said, the venue is going to be expanded as we've come to learn, but the crowds that have come to support the team have been absolutely amazing. Of course, winning helps that tremendously, and congrats on your win over Rhode Island. Another exciting finish that puts you in the driver's seat for tomorrow night.
Yeah, it was an exciting night. We are what's happening now is we're Division Two, MLS Division One. So our league has petitioned U.S. Soccer to go to Division One alongside MLS. So, to be able to do that, there's rules, established with U.S. Soccer. That the main one is you have to have a stadium that seats 15,000. So, so for us to go up to Division One, we need that. We didn't need to do the expansion, and it needs to be done by 2028. So that's the excitement and everything driving. But it's not only just that; it's just our crowds. I mean, we've sold out basically every game this year. We have a 5,000 seat stadium, and we're squeezing 6,700 in this past weekend, which is it's quite the atmosphere. I mean, the players just, and even the opposing team, the Rhode Island, the ownership group was in there this weekend, and they were just in awe of it. They just couldn't believe it. You get that many people tucked into that little boutique stadium over there, and there's a lot of noise and a lot of energy, and it's what is it, the 12th guy, on the field there that's really pushing the guys, and it's really been it's been a very controversial year this year, but it's been a special year, um, with everything that's going on here, and hopefully Saturday night, we're going to Tulsa here to hopefully get this last win.
Well, that's why when you look at it, Tuffy, and we've had, we're talking, staying on the venue for 1 second. The atmosphere and being able to look at the city from there across the river. Mario, when he has his fantasy hockey camp, but I don't know how many years ago that we had it on. He had it. They had a nice surface right there, and it was in January, whatever it was. Every player, even then, there's something about it when you see even from Acrisure Stadium or PNC Park and the look of the city. This is on the other side, and it even continues to be something so special that you've built. And I think the idea of not only getting it to 15,000 seats, but what you're going to bring there as well, from probably concerts and other activities. I see an all-star game may be scheduled, all those kind of things. Man, Cuffy, it takes somebody with vision like you to get it to this point.
Yeah, it's not just about soccer. I mean, with a 15,000 seat venue, then you can also put people on the field, so it'll get us to like 22,000, and that's a nice size stadium, outdoor venue. You have AccuShore, you have PNC, then you could drop down to Stage AE. Well, you don't have that nice mid-size venue that'll kind of compete with Star Lake, that we could bring venues or bring acts in of that size and that caliber. We can bring them back down into the city, which is going to be a massive economic impact. And with the backdrop of the city, you set the stage up against against the scoreboard that's over there now. Now the audience is looking not only at the act, but it's looking at the backdrop of the city, which is just phenomenal. I mean, we've had a few concerts over there. We had Toby Keith over there before he passed away. That was, I believe, the last concert we had over there, major concert. And even Toby, he was just in shock of the backdrop, the way it looked, and it's gonna spark that South Side development that needs to happen. A lot of there's been a lot of activity over on the North Shore, and the South Side's kind of been left over there by itself. But I think if we can get this started, new owners coming in with Station Square, which seems to be a really good group and really energized to get that thing revitalized. I really think this could be the spark that could get the South Side moving over there.
No doubt about it. I think that was one of the original when it was Station Square, the old train station. when they revitalized it in the first wave, kind of the renaissance on that side of the river. That was a destination point. And now with what you're doing with Highmark and the stadium expansion and with the new ownership, I think it's a once in a lifetime view for many people to come to this city, and everything they do along that side of the river with the view is just spectacular. So I think it's all moving in the right direction.
Yeah, it is. Getting a lot of momentum here, and we're getting closer and closer here to breaking ground.
Tuffy, when you think that there's always somebody that has to get some sport started, and obviously soccer has been around. I mean, we understand that. But in the city of Pittsburgh and the athletes that are around here, what you're presenting for everybody from ownership till now, the opportunity to grow a sport and have young women, boys and girls participate and realize that there's a track and something that they can get after. I think on top of the success of the team, what you're doing for the young athlete in the city of Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas, to me, is another huge, huge part and a feather in your cap for what you're doing there.
Yeah, I mean, we focus, it's not just about the pro team. Now we also, we had the Riveters this year. This was our first year for our women's team, which is an amateur team. A lot of the college ladies come in and they play, during their off season. And we really got behind that very strongly this year. And, I wanted to test the waters here to just see how Pittsburgh would take to a woman's sport. And I mean, naturally, it was just phenomenal. I mean, the league we're in, I mean, you go to games, there's 3, 4, 500 people at the opposing, fields, and we sold every game out. We had 5, 6,000 at ours, which was just, I mean, even the opposing teams come in, they were just in the state of shock. I mean, it was just packed full. So that kind of set the statement out there that Pittsburgh's ready for a woman's sport. So that's really going well. And then on top of that is our academy. We have, I think in our team model, we have about 2,200 kids now in our academy, and then we train probably another 2 or 3,000 on top of that. So the whole package, we probably train close to 5,000 kids through our academy, which, if they're really serious about it, 90, 95% of them go on with scholarships.
Yeah, the growth of soccer, obviously, in the U.S. over the years has been tremendous. I remember the first time I went to Italy, first time I turned on the TV, I was in Rome. The first thing that popped up was soccer. Then I changed the channel, and it was soccer. Then I changed the channel, and they were making pizza. Then it changed the channel, and it was soccer again. So worldwide, soccer is king. So you've clearly tapped into something here with the kind of crowds that you're getting. And you're right, the atmosphere there, it's still unique, but it's still Pittsburgh.
Yes. Well, listen, we all know you got to win in Pittsburgh. I don't care I don't care for, so everybody always says, what do you do? I said, you just got to win. And naturally everybody knows you're not going to win every game, but you know what? You got to be competitive. As long as you put a competitive product out there on the field, people are going to support you in Pittsburgh. And that's what we've been trying to do. And the first few years, I was still learning. I'd learned a lot. I'm still learning. I mean, we make mistakes every day, but I learned early on here, if this thing's going to be successful, we better put a good product out on the field. And this is the 8th year in a row now we've made the playoffs. This is the farthest we've ever made it. Unfortunately, what was it, 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago, we had that unbelievable team. We won the Players' Shield, which was the best record throughout the year, and come in as the number 1 seed. I mean, the whole championship would have come through Pittsburgh, and then Detroit come in and knocked us off, which was an 8th place team, which is I still have nightmares over. But then again, this year, Detroit went down to Louisville and they were 8th place again and went down and knocked Louisville off. And they were the first place team. So I guess it's kind of like deja vu. They know how to finish 8th and get but we had our hands full with them, and it's a crazy sport. You know what? Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. It's just one bounce of the ball the wrong way and you're out. So, and it's single elimination. That's what's tough. Of course, so is football once you get to the playoffs. But elsewhere around the world, it's a little different. But it's a fun ride this year, and just hopefully, I mean, for the players and for the city, I just hope we can get the job done. We're gonna have our hands full. Tulsa's a very, very, very good team, and they finished first in the West. They're a high scoring game, but they're a high scoring team, and we're a good defensive team. I think we're well over 500 minutes now that we haven't allowed a goal. So that's 4 or 5 games now that we've shut everybody out. So it should be one that will have you on the edge of your seat and close to need your blood pressure pills. I'll have to take my blood pressure pills with me.
So, with the roster and the coaching staff, what local flavor? I think it's such a big thing. Like you said, you're drawing stuff. What's the closest? Where are you drawing all your talent from, Tuffy?
Well, from all over. I think we have 7 international spots, so we do have international players. But well, the game winner come from Robbie Mertz, is an Upper St. Clair kid. And it was it was just an unbelievable goal. If you go back and watch it in slow motion, I mean, the amount of power he put on that ball is insanity. But yeah, so that was a Pittsburgh kid that won it, and
That's awesome.
I can't. No, it's almost like it's you couldn't even script it that way, to come down to the wire like that, and then somebody from Pittsburgh get you the game winner. It was really it was a special moment.
We're with Tuffy Shallenberger, owner of the Riverhounds and Highmark Stadium for that, and a bunch of other stuff too. What kind of construction, if someone's like, what's Tuffy do? How did you get here? And then B, where did you get the nickname Tuffy?
Well, I'm a junior, so I don't know. My mother just I don't know. I must have done something when I was little, so she she gave me the nickname. And outside of that, we're heavy in the civil work as far as a contractor. I mean, we were really big in the oil and gas industry when it was in here in Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia. Do a lot of work at Nemacolin Woodland Resort. We've been here since the Hardys have bought the place, and have moved about every ounce of dirt that's been done or moved up here at the resort. So that's actually where I'm sitting right now. I just jumped out of a machine to come over to do the interview. But this is my home away from home. I love it up here, and so we do a lot of work up here. And we have cruising. We're doing a lot of work for Chevron out in Colorado in the oil and gas industry still. So we're spread out across the country here.
So Tuffy. Now, he also had a restaurant, which was National Pike, right? Right by the resort. You used to have that, correct?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we just sold that.
Yes. So he's dabbled in everything. But how about the golf course? How about the golf course world too, Tuffy?
Yeah. We have Pleasant Valley. I bought a golf course. We do some. I hate the golf. I hate golfing, but
I love
we do a lot of work on the course up here. So I just always like to work on the course, and then local course right next to my office. It become available here. It was a private club that naturally a lot of the clubs, they collapsed back there prior to COVID, and so yeah, we doing a lot of work out there and getting it fixed up pretty nice. But so yeah, we do a little bit of golf course, a little bit of sports, a little bit of digging.
I love it. So I got one question too. In your office, do you still have your Atlas life-size statue, if you will, at the office?
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
So I think anytime you do, when you accomplish something like that, I think walking by a life-size statue of Atlas is a pretty good reminder of everything you kind of go about doing, Tuffy.
Yeah, appreciate it. I just happened to be building my new, that's when the oil and gas took off and we had to expand, and we put a new shop up there where we can work on the equipment, and that thing come up for auction, and I'm like, man, that is a cool statue. So I ended up buying it and putting it there at the driveway. That's what I feel like every day. Every day, that's what I feel like.
I totally get that. That's such a great little story to it. I love that part. So
The late, great Joe Hardy, as you know, Tuffy, he loved to collect stuff, cars and all kinds of artwork and pieces. And I remember I was at a charity event and I said, you know, it's a big deal when Joe Hardy's here. And I said, Mr. Hardy, you're my favorite billionaire. And he went, ha, Larry, I'm the only billionaire you know. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's true too. I'm sure you interacted with Mr. Hardy over the years.
Oh yeah, he was a great man, and I owe him and Maggie a lot. You know, they believed in me, and they I say they my parents were in the pool business, and that's how I got started. But then they just they give me that spark to take it to bigger things.
it's an awesome. So Tuffy, right before, so now get into it. You're going to head out this week. Any different kind of preparation? You know, you got the big game. How are you looking at it? How are you trying to just go about it? Business as usual, or any kind of different flavor as you go out for the biggest game really of the year?
Yeah, I mean it's really the biggest game in the history of this club. But I think they're calm, and you know, they're playing, they're just playing so well right now. They're relaxed, and so I don't think there'll be a whole lot. You know, they'll study clips here from Tulsa, which Tulsa's a different animal than what we've been playing against. Like I said, they're high scoring, and they got a lot of weapons. But I think they'll focus on a few of those guys that we need to try to keep a leash on. But I don't think they'll do a whole lot different. You've been there, Jay. You know how it is.
Yeah, no, you really can't. I mean, you really can't. You don't want to make it anything different. You just want to go about your business. Your team is ready. Your coach has them prepared. You have them prepared just by, how you've given them as an owner. You're giving them this opportunity. I think, I don't think you can go after it any different. Just play their game and how they prepare, and see who comes out on top. I think it's the best way to go about it. Really do.
Yeah, that's all you can do, and it's like I said, it's going to be a tough one, but hopefully we can. That'll really help spark the cause down there with the new stadium, because if you go winning championships, you know what happens then. You really start drawing.
So
The more you win, the easier it is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, Tuffy, congratulations and all the best tomorrow against Tulsa for the championship. Bring home a winner.
Yeah, Tuffy.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you guys having me on here, and look forward to catching up with you.
Yeah, good luck, Tuffy. You got it, big man.
Thank you. Thanks.
Tuffy Shallenberger, again, owner of the Riverhounds, and what a great guy. Jay's known him for a couple of decades. We want to thank One Team Media, Brian Hess and his team, and also from Odyssey Pittsburgh, Michael Spacciapoli. Jay?
Yeah, Rourke Automotive, Dave Rourke, been a part of it, our title sponsor for a number of months now. They have a new building in Cannonsburg. They have lifetime warranties, or lifetime oil changes, lifetime inspections. Thanks for being a part of it, Dave. And also Tom Grealish from Henderson Brothers. We really appreciate you joining us as well.
Yeah, when it comes to protecting what matters most, your business, your people, and your future, it's more than just insurance. It's Henderson Brothers. Experience the power of partnership at hendersonbrothers.com. Offset, we'll check you again on Tuesday with Dave Ricchini joining us. Meanwhile, that's a wrap.